Michael Steele is here. Michael, was this a responsible or good idea for Senator Cruz?
Oh, it was the height of arrogance to believe that you could, in the midst of this, just continue on with the family plans. Now, look, the family plans may have been in place for a while. It's been reported that he was planning to come back on Saturday, not today. The fact of the matter is he should have said to his family, and I'm sure they would understand, sweetheart, I know you want to go with your friends. Why don't you go and you guys have a good time? But we have a lot of people hurting in our state right now, and I'm going to stay here and help them. I think that would have made a lot of sense to his family, and it certainly would have made a lot of sense to the people of Texas if he said something. But the arrogance of power, the arrogance of being isolated and insulated from reality, the fact that you would go on Fox and claim one thing, but then say something different later on as the governor of the state, just gives you a sense of the environment that has been created inside some of these insular spaces where some Republicans hang out, detached from the reality. And that's the unfortunate part, not for Ted Cruz, but for the people of Texas right now who are suffering and dying because of this.
Yeah, and we've got on the screen so people can understand, this is how Ted Cruz is living right here. This is Ted Cruz nodding at people, going through the airport, accompanied by whatever retinue of aides or security he has. This is how he's living as an elite, choosing to not only flee Texas, but flee the country, Michael, during what we just showed. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, Ari, we have so many examples in modern times of mayors, city administrators, governors, elected officials leaving town at the height of particularly a environmental crisis, whether it's fires or bad weather, storms, and getting skewered from it. So what in your world do you think, as a United States senator from the second largest state in the country, Texas, which most people think is hot to begin with anyway, that is now suffering through a snowstorm? So people are like, you got to pay attention to that. What makes you think you can't?
Yeah, and that's the last thing I got to ask you, Michael. Again, part of my job sometimes is to just take in the info, ask the obvious questions. But this is the question. With everything going on in Texas, what does it reveal about Ted Cruz's view of his job, his actual elected constitutional job, that this, notwithstanding Mexico or not, was a time to take vacation when people are dying, and he could use his power as a representative of the state of Texas to do any number of things vis-a-vis any number of governments? It's a big state, local, state, county, electrical grid, federal, FEMA, that he thinks he can leave his post because he doesn't even take it as a premise that he would do any work during this.
It's about having the job, not doing the job. It's about having the job and the power that comes from that job, and using it in a way to continue self-benefit, self-aggrandizement, and not at a critical moment where that power could be used to actually help people, and using it that way and employing it that way. So, we've seen it. People want the job. They want the title. But the responsibility that comes from it, well, that's another thing.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.